I can make continuation of what I'm listening these days or months. What kind of music would be, as I said, thrash metal, some older bands too, like for example Metallica, but rather newer songs than older. Still good, and video good too. Just about saying good things, nothing special about this now. Well, right now it's 0:43 hour. That means 43 minutes past midnight, and it's Wednesday, 27th September. just for my memory, not important. Not important right here. And that's it. I can say again that these ideas are like put together just like that. Well, I just was switching on computer and I pressed the pause button on my Walkman where I'm recording myself, and now I will continue. These ideas are maybe not so much related, but that's where I'm thinking I want to talk about different things together, not one topic. Maybe about some things fragmentary. That's like what I'm thinking right now. Well, that's nothing special actually. Just explaining, thinking about that. There's some reason behind why I'm telling this. Don't you think? Was it somebody mean a second ago? Just observing the world around and catching the psychological vibrations around and commenting right now. I'm getting means psychologically too when I experience something I don't agree or something. Not just don't agree, it should be something more than just don't agree. Should be something like forcing against my free will or against the truth or something. But I got a feeling that some people are getting mean if they cannot keep you down. Is that a fiction again? Keep you down, like not that you're doing something against them personally, but generally with your own life and your own expression, etc. Just thinking about all these things which are happening in the world, possible and impossible, fictional and unfictional. Fictional because we want to make some stories out from it and showing some point in it. So much about my unconsciousness or something, whatever word would some hypothetical thing say about it. And all that because I wasn't taking it like was intention to be served, and cause my intention, I got my private intentions with myself and my life and my future and past, etc. And I'm not gonna take what you serve me just like that if I don't like it. For other creature, I would say I will serve you probably even worse words for that what you said so innocently to me. So hopefully you will subliminally force me with abusing of your power which was not given to you to do such things. Forget it, all forces which you are not on my side, keeping with me to keep me away from what I wanna be and I wanna keep. Once again, tell you that. Once again, I will say too, my words are power. Even if you will never hear them, are power for me. Neka ideja, čisto da imam trenutne kratke ideje, mogoče bile komu nepovezano, ampak to me ne briga, tak je moj pristop. Za one, kakve štekajo take stvari, ali pa kad so na kakšnem od teh nivojev, jim bo že jasno. Tako ali pa drugače, ali pa če bojo razumeli drugače, bojo že razumeli, to me ne briga, če bom objavil. No, v glavnem, zdaj imam odgovor na v mene si vzel, in je rekel, a spa ti v mene, pa nadaljujem, a sva pa drug od drugega, a si pa ti v mene, ali pa a smo pa vsi drug od drugega včasih, ne? Zato ne, zdaj prepričvati trenutno, da sem jaz vate vzel, ker zdaj nisem v nikogar vzel. Was that somebody in my past trying to fill me up in such occasions which were inappropriate for that examples, with some ideas which are expressed in all other sources too, but on the right places, and hoping that I would all that eat it up and owe them nothing for what I didn't need it. Just another meditation of that fiction story, science fiction or whatever, not classical science fiction. sorry, some creature, because I'm exposing your negative points, negative features, but I have to protect myself against you, like I did before. Well, thank you for some gifts you gave me too. That's all. Should I now number them? You know them, so it's no need to that. But I must tell you about other things, if you ever bother to listen. Maybe some of these forces are trying to use some situations and factors to force you to give up on something or something. Well, we all know that there exists some forces, but to how big degree, how many levels, and on some people on how much are used, how much bad things or are trying to cut them from that and that and that to maybe enable them. That's not just about what maybe happened, but what could happen in any situation which were in the past, like could happen, then happened in some way, like this or that. So I guess we got something in mind which is warning us against that and against these things. But some force try to cut us from that. And some just coming, for example, like a parody and joke told something, would be some empty excuse for something to persuade you and to brainwash you, with constantly, for example, repeating something like this to you, and with connections with other factors included, counting basically on that, some forces, even their puppets or not puppets, are not aware of all these things. To some degree, of course, they are. How deep? That's the question. Well, I'm getting too deep and philosophical for somebody. Well, it's not my problem. I just said right now I have to voice record this too. Well, like thousands, million things you can record from what are you thinking. I just decided to do this now. It's not important thing, basically, but it's important for me. I just remembered by today's meditation are some of my favorite comic books from childhood and later, because these comic books I was reading years and years after too, because I kept them for a long time. For example, that would be perfect, would be from childhood, would be that comic book Jeff Hawke. That was like a serial comic book. Next one would be Spider Man, or but not that famous one, which is now some other Spider-Man, English one. English one. I was making private research about that English spider on internet months ago, for myself, just not like a big research, just some personal so short research. Where is that comic book from, and who made it, and so on. And it was written that one of the authors was even co-author or something with Superman or something like that. Am I wrong? Do I remember right? I think I remember right, because it's months after that, about that Superman thing, I think. But anyway, my intention was just to tell about my favorite comic books from my childhood. That was it. That Spider, Englishman, and I had some science fiction, a really good science fiction for that time. Comic book, many episodes and so on. And then what else would be my favorites from that? There were good comic books mentioned before, Jeff Hawke, the Spider-Man, this Jeff Hawke and Spider-Man. I was thinking years after that two in mind, thinking about it, or remembering some scenes or something. Well, I was reading that Asterix things and such too. It's good too, but I prefer those ones. Well, there's another one, Iron Fist too, or how is translation in English. Well, if it's literally like it was translated in my language, it's supposed to be Iron Fist. Many episodes too. Science fiction too. It's like English, not American comic book. And that Spider-Man was English. Jeff Hawke was, I think, American. I guess, I'm not sure right now. I could make research and just know what it is, but I just like this to be here, that I'm just guessing right now. Well, I remember from that childhood some other comic books too, but not so important for my appreciation, like Uranella and Diabolic. I think that Diabolic was Italian comic book, because it was translated into languages which from in my country. Actually, not my country right now, because we are separated from that ex-republic, which was translated that diabolic comic book. It wasn't in Slovenian language, it was whatever Serbo-Croatian language. Well, really important for my childhood comic books. I was a really big lover of comic books. Almost more than movies. Well, my personally favorite bands now in these days, well, I could count them a lot, like widely looking, but let's start it with narrower. I will say Trivium, Kate Merrow, Jeff Loomis, who else? Machine Head, Annihilator, and then maybe Testament, band Testament, and then, well, I like a lot thrash nowadays. Thrash metal, I mean, style. Well, some I was listening some gent too. I listen sometimes dubstep, but I don't like lyrics so much in dubstep. Words. I don't have any appreciation for that thing in dubstep, just for that musical effects and maybe music. But I like words and lyrics in heavy metal, from heavy metal. Sadly. Well, even if I'm older guy, it's like that. These little newer bands, why I should listen music from before. I was listening that before. Well, I still listen to them after, when I'm listening, when I'm feeling for that sometimes, not many times, unless some exceptions, like for example Jason Becker and such things. I will not count them all now. Well, there's many more bands I listen to, sometimes thrash metal bands and so on. It's all about it for now. And while I'm meditating this person in that story, that's like a ultra cosmic meditation. Just my definition. Don't bother, it's childish game. So while I'm thinking about another person from my past of the life, I've been with for a while. Well, he was in the beginning normal, etc. Well, but then on the end, well, I learned some things and pick up from here later too, but, and such is the word and so on. But my estimation would be that he was psychologically exaggerating, trying to force others to be under his control. That was his intention, directly trying. Of course, I didn't give up for a moment, something like that. But it's even a nonsense that he was pushing. Even he was seeing that it's not going to work. Even that intention is not normal for me. I'm not born like this. I'm a man of free will, etc. Well, and he was like on some other levels and that showing that too. But then suddenly he was playing like that. That's really confusing or something. That's really confusing or something. I wouldn't accept something like that. Well, at the same time, I can say now, well, I have now sometimes fantasies like sexual, but that's just in sex. Something like domination, like and this, but that's just sexual for sexual release, not to be like practice in real life and real situations. That's nonsense. That's stupid and sick. That's all. On the end, maybe this is not gonna be so much classical science fiction story. I would say, in the name of my kind of forces, which I tend to be with, will get rid of you, Mr. Dogmatic. This can be done just like this in this way, forcing others to do that. Well, for yourself, of course, you can choose your own way. Nobody wants to stop you in that from my side. Maybe some other forces. Well, but because there are many different kind of forces here, I can then right now this fragment. Next fragment would be I'm listening my instinct, my vision, and my intention. All words and this, I know. I picked some birds, like everybody. Just some people are maybe jealous because I picked more than them or this. So they picked something else more than me, and I'm not jealous about them. Unless they want to, maybe in situation they want to make you be like that. Can happen, something like that. I'm not gonna make a straight example right now. And of course, I was now a little more meditating my yoga way of meditation, not just hatha yoga, again, but my way of doing it. Well, of course, I learned the basics, etc., and I got ideas and everything everywhere I wanted to pick. That's the only way we can do it, or we should be like back to bacteria. Just about that apple thing. So when I was traveling on my destination, why they put so much force to persuade me to go back would be next fragment of that science fiction story. I don't claim that I invented the ideas, by the way. just by the way. But that's all we can do. Where it comes your idea from? Dear bacteria, dear shadow, dear young and healthy, dear old and experienced, botherer, or just somebody else. Next question would be, well, I wonder for other groups of these forces, were these like lower brained, retarded, little average, like in apostrophe, normal people trying to make revenge be on something on me, but I didn't do nothing to them. But why they bother so much to try to put me down and use so many force to do such a force to do that? They could spend that force for something else, huh? Something I would say more useful for them. Are they were trying to at the same time dragging some force from me and then use it against me? Oh, now it's getting complicated again. Another fragment will be of this fiction story be that monologue or something. Or maybe I can put even with some talking to somebody that like somebody who's just listening. Or whatever, or even answering. Could be more ways of doing that. Were that other forces who were here made and proclaimed to be on our sides, be twisted in some degrees and some levels to other side, to the dark side? I would say yes. Well, I many times said to myself that I'm gonna publish what I'm recording on my voice recorders. Today I did on YouTube. Well, it's much more I got on computer. My monologues, diaries, and so on. Thoughts about that and that and that from the past. But I have to listen because it's not everything for public publishing. It's some private things and maybe some explicit things and maybe some private things which I was talking with myself and released my angriness with something like insulting, but that was just privately monologue, so it's all allowed and legal, so fuck all. So fuck it all about that. That's one thing. Another thing would be I'll change the topic because that's all I wanted to tell about that right now. Maybe some short topics, like my diary again. I was doing a few days ago in library on my laptop, starting to doing a model of car, just without any sketch, just like that, and without any picture for inspiration, because anyway I was already watching video tutorials for how to make in 3D program Blender car, for example, different lessons I was already watching, even try something. Just I didn't finish. I could, but I didn't bother so much because I was just about to learn. So practically I learned even if I didn't finish that model. Well, time. It's tick, because I wanted to learn so much about editing and at the same time create my music and so, and that's it. My economy of time. That was it. But I'm gonna finish this one, so I just start to improvise to do some design of some car, not any particular existing model of a car, just my model. Just like a little before, I made some skyscraper. I just published the picture of that skyscrapers today with one of my songs I played on YouTube. I'm all and hugely all and widely about talking action today and expression, and like very intensively recording myself. was that some forces try to tie me up again. Would say that person in that video 3D drama would be next monologue and intensive meditation, maybe video in yoga poses and such things. Not smoking when doing yoga poses, because I don't smoke and I don't like that anymore. But could maybe at the same time be eating and doing yoga poses or something else. You're not so serious about rules with these things. Not me, not some other people neither. They should be just this way and just this way. I'm getting rid of dogmas which are not necessary when they are not necessary. Well, actually I could use that in that fiction too, for something. Continuation of that fictional fantasy science fiction story. Poodlomki, like in Fragments. That's the way I like it right now. So it would be where this force controlled by some hidden leaders which are jealous or just evil, or they're just stupid creatures infected and not knowing who is leading them. Or is everything just a joke? Wow, what now? What it is? And that's getting parody right now. Is that allowed in science fiction, which was starting so serious? I would say yes. Just remembering right now, and I'm thinking about as many half parodies, half serious movies, horror and fiction, and I will not count them now. I said fragments, so I'm concluding that fragment. Trebuia să aștept ponovim sam се дише на глас, не бих размислил да е тази сличен. Не му зазмери назад, ко остро отговарям, па се окварям с тема пакет. Участие морам, да ги разуча. Част па не, то е чисто. To moja filozofija glede tega. To je čisto odvisno, kaj je trenutno rada. Sam to pol včas pride malo v navado, eno ali pa drugo, tako da je težko loviti, kdaj je najboljš, to ali pa to. Ampak že vidiš, kaj pride, kdaj je preveč. Tako o tem. I'm smarter than I look. Now again something different. Just one idea, or maybe some movie or something, maybe 3D movie or half 3D, half real, maybe just recording myself, taking video of myself with some 3D I will make or something. Well, I'm into that. So it will be like that, some meditation monologue, some cosmic creature or uncosmic or whatever. We'll see about that later. And this one will say I made my decision again. When I will need, I will call all cosmic, all worldly forces which I will need against opposite forces, against opposition. Well, никогда. Залежи bolj pozem, nisem zdaj pogledal koliko je ura, čeprav lahko v par sekundah opravim. Ena ladja je tam plala, velika po morju, še kar hitro je šla, tako odkleda, ko sem gledal iz tega travnika, mal pred obalo, se mal vidi vmes morja, pa se je videl ladjo osvetljena zbog, zdaj je že tema. Tukaj v parku je veliko luči, tukaj, ko zdaj sedim, še zmeri tam, ko prej, ko sem delal jogo, pa prej nalagal na kompjuter tiste svoje posnetke mojih misli itd. Prej sem gotovo, da ta polarina je kar topla, ko imam odspod sam srajčko s kratkimi rokavi. Se bi lahko oblekel kaj drugega, ampak itak ni mrzlo, ampak tako imam zdaj kar še gor, tako je tako fajn. Toplota je malo drugačna toplota, kakor če imaš tist polovor, pa ki ga imam penak ali pa kaj drugega. Tak feeling je drugačen. To sam tako, mi grede. Ja, sej, zdaj bi pa res lahko. In vsaj kratek video posnetek sem imel že zdavni načrt, pa sem pol s 3D-jem vklopljen, pa sem pol, sicer sem neki začenil pa tako naredil, tako bolj sem take na hitro, tako da sem sprobal neke stvari, ampak neki najboljšega, tudi če je kratko, s 3D-jem kombiniran recimo, pa lahko tisto uporabim, kar sem prej rekel, ideja, monolog, call all worldly and cause all to me known cosmic forces I gathered when I need them for battles which will happen in this reality or any other reality. Well, it's gonna be science fiction, yeah? I'm a lover of science fiction. Even if it's gonna be just 2 minutes or 3 minutes for a startup, it's okay. We got to start with something. I could do more and faster with some not so on the level thing, but I guess maybe I'm gonna try to do a little better. We'll see. I just remembered when I was serious, I was looking one video on YouTube from one young child, boy, shooting some zombies on the garden. Well, he was using clips for that, more like a mix of video and these moving clips and nothing else. Not exactly what I'm gonna do or what I'm tending to do, a little more comprehensive, and that's why I studied 2D, 3D and such things, and video editing and this, to be more on the level, more on cinematic level, let's say like that. Yeah. What else should I say now? I just noticed airplane. Here's many airplanes flying on the sky in Barcelona because airport is near. That's all for now. I would call Satan to help me against you, by the way. Honestly said, Mister. With this wrong attitude, I will not describe this now. It can be used for different things. That's why I'm not gonna specifically say. Very cheap copy of you and cheaper copy. So much about you. Just about some situation. Undefined. Like many such sentences. But defined situation. For example, it happened 1 minute or 2 ago. Somebody said from some truck, "You mad, huh?" And I said, "No, that's your." I said something like cheapo or something, cheap trick, whatever. Just another story. It is starting to rain a little bit. It's not gonna be much raining because I looked at weather report before. It's not supposed to be much of a rain, just few drops. I published something on internet, on YouTube, my recordings from today, voice recording, what I was telling, into my Walkman, in voice recorder on my Walkman, and then I load it into computer and then later on YouTube. Well, that's all for now. Zdaj je bil moj odgovor na preveč si bil strd. Ja, preveč sem bil strd, da bi se pustil zjebati, oziroma da bi se pustil nategovati, zato ker bi me zjebal. To bi moj teh odgovorov je dosti. Drugače pa zdaj je malo dežek padel, ampak čist malo je lucil, ampak sem vsem dal pelerino gor na vse, ko če bo slučajno kaj začel, vse mogoče ene par 3 minute, 5 minut je malo bolj padal, ampak v glavnem ni. Pa jogo sem delal tako bolj počas, tukaj na travniku še zmeri, kakor prej, ko sem s kompjuterjem delal. Danes 26. septembra, torek 2017 v Barceloni, zdaj pa kar po slovensk. On rekuje, menam, kakor mi pa še, tako ko zmeri, tako ko že dolgo. Jezik, privatno. Tisto, kar sem predtem govoril, pa posnel na voice, na voice recorder, sem naložil na kompjuter, lahko še ponovim, pa objavil na YouTube, pa tudi malo poslušal, pa če se v redu sliši, pa to. Slikco sem dal minimalno, pa to. Zelo slabo kvaliteto, ker drugače bi predolg delal render klede na travniku. No, sem pa danes hit Express program tudi za film, pa v knjižnici, ko sem bil na kompjuterju svojemu naredil video, tam se pa malo boljši video naredil, pa to, pa bolj kvaliteten, pa to, še malo sem se z efekti po dolgem času igral z video efekti. Zadnjič sem sicer delal 3D neki, pa to, ampak zdaj sem pa video po dolgem času delal navaden video. Pa tem času, ko sem v glavnem z glasbeno produkcijo svojih komadov, pa to se zajebaval, pa se ukvarjal s tem in v Nemčiji in kle. Pa kar sem kitaro zdaj veliko igral, zadnjih 10 ali koliko 12 dni nisem štel. Zdaj, ko sem bil v Sitgesu v kampu, pa zdaj, ko sem spet v Barceloni. Ja, kamp sicer ni bil sam po sebi tako drag, ampak sem mogel plačati elektriko za laptop pa mobilni vsak dan po 3 evre, 2 evra za laptop pa 1 evra za mobilni in to samo enkrat, da ga napolnim. Tako da mi je vsak dan pa še 3 evre dodatno to prišlo, pa lahko ponovim še, sem imel še druge stroške, da sem pripravil tale voziček oziroma po angliško kart za prtlago, da je notno naložim, pa to. Pa ene par stvari drugih sem še mogel nakupiti. To sem že nalagal, ampak nisem posnel, ne? Zdaj bom si posnel za svoj diary, se pravi dnevnik. Naprimer, kupil sem te privatne zvočnike z USB pluginom za kompjuter, da se polnejo iz kompjuterja, tako da sem lahko vsaj kaj snimam na kompjuter ali pa tudi na Walkman ali pa mobitel lahko snimam, pa pol urejam tisi in sem tudi že probal pa to. In se da še nekaj se da narediti, pa se da popravljati pa to. Sicer pa sem nekaj popravljal, je bil zvok sicer real, ampak pa sem na koncu pri prvem projektu malo zamočil, ker sem hotel za Walkman čim glasneje narediti, pa tako naprej, pa še vodo sem imel v ušesih od morja kaplanom, tako da sem še slabše slišal, pa že tako Walkman ni tako na en glasen pa to, tako da sem malo pretiraval s tem, pa ni bilo dobro, malo pumpa pa tako naprej. No, ampak ta drug je malo boljši, ko sem ga naredil. Tudi zvok tiste simulatorje sem druge note tam dal pri drugmu pa to. Sem tudi na drug zvok malo igral pa to. No, vse drugače sem igral pol še dosti, se nisem snemal, ker nisem imel baterij na kompjuterju napolnjenih. Imel pa sem une baterije za efekt, da sem čez slušalke igral kitaro, tudi na plaži. No, vse sem še zmeril v palerini, sam iz glave sem tisnil, ta zgornji del, ni dol. Vse je napadlo več, mogoče kakšna kapljica sem pa kaj pa zelo skoraj nič. Mogoče vsako minuto eno kapljico, mogoče kre sam zato, da sem pod drevesem. Malo zakotla bom se, ne. Mislim, da je čist nekaj. Itak ni bilo skoraj nič resnega, tako zelo malo kle v Barceloni, itak bolj malo držja. Kdo zdaj, kar sem. Zelo malo. V primerjavi s unim Münchnom, da še ponovim, tam je bilo pa katastrofalno veliko dežja. Tam en spet slišim. Tam en spet slišim. Vse to sem itak do konca povedal. a čo si povedať sám sebe. Jebi ga, to je moja metoda tehnika zase. Nie to len stačí to lahko že čez pár sekúnd prečo sám sa opakujú determinantne to je pri meni že dosta. No, nothing exists. Even fantasy and fiction. No, Mr. White ghost. White ghost. Fictional ghost. Non-existing fictional ghost. Nothing exists like that. I'm wrong. I have big regret about that when I talk about and make some stories about that. I'm satisfied now. Unexisting. Never intended to people think like that. Subliminally, subconsciously. Whoever tried to make me so older than I am, čisto civil, but gonna try. I'm not gonna translate that. Wow, this is beautiful world. Nothing negative happens ever. There's no such things like metaphorical shadows and spiders and nothing. Mr. White, whoever, whatever, trying to force us not to talk about that, but allowing others to freely express that. Maybe Elita or something, maybe my fiction or something. Yes, it's just a fiction. However, somebody or some of them try to subliminally all around way psychologically to press and pressure on me not to speak openly about some true things. Just a question to consider. One thing would be thinking and considering, because I can expect from experiences from the past and so on that some people would like to patronize or teach some basic things which I don't need to really learn because I'm an adult person and I know exactly when I need that and in what amount I need. I don't agree with some of them on what amount I would need that or some situations, etc. Somebody said, prodal si, vatko naprej. Should I explain that in English? Yes, I would. You sold it. So what he's talking about in that fictional situation, I'm all about fiction today. Hypothetical and get out. Hypothetical fiction things. All about things it should or or it couldn't ever happen. Okay, I was now loading my voice recording from today, my thoughts about different things, fantasies and true stories. I was loading on computer from Walkman, where I recorded all of this and loaded into Adobe Premiere Elements. And first I tried some to put some more pictures inside, but it's long. It was too long, so I cleared out most of the pictures and just left one and short one, because this time is more important just voice, my voice, my speech here, and I basically put just picture symbolically just to be able to upload on YouTube, and even that with very low quality. I do this many times, especially now when I have to be careful about batteries, how long it takes time to render and so on computer. And basically now it's more than half time estimated to render. Isn't that beautiful? Blah. I was talking about that fictional story. I was making a deal. I will now probably just publish this. I'm now still recording all these fragmentary ideas, and later include them into some video. Why not? It's like a preview. Maybe not for some cinematic ex-blockbuster or something. Maybe just for humble homemade video. And that's what it's gonna be. One of my standard answers